every time you're dealing with someone, they just want to put UPK up against the wall. You ever notice that? Oh, y'all believe this, but y'all believe this. Oh, did you know this? Oh, do you know that? What about this? Oh, y'all do this? Y'all. What we are doing is what? What's the main thing that we do? Give me Isaiah. Yeah. Get that in Isaiah. What is that? 58? Isaiah 58, right?
Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression,
right?
And the house of Jacob their sin.
That's what we do. Okay?
And I said the Jews are black. And that kind of stuff, I said I can show you a scripture where the Jews are black. And you know what Ned said? They were in the past. In his feet. In his what? In his feet. Jesus' feet, because he was down looking down at his feet. Like unto fine brass. Like unto what? Fine brass. Brass is a derivative of bronze, which is brown. Listen. As if they burned in the furnace. As if he what? Burned in the furnace. As if he what? Burned in the furnace. When you burn brown, it turns black. This is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30. My skin is black. What? My skin is black. My what? My skin is black. It's your skin. Your skin is on your body, right?
Long suffering promised to us. So we will go through long suffering. It builds patience and character. You know what I'm saying? Perseverance. You know what I'm saying? It builds that. That's why brotherhood is a weapon as well. Because it means that you're weak at, that your brother's gonna be stronger. Moses and Aaron, what you got to do? Moses, when he said he was hard of speech. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't good with his speech, his words. Most High said, go get Aaron. He will be your spokesperson. He will speak to the people for you. That's what happens here in ISUPK.
Principle, because it's not always about what you know. It's about obedience. You know what I'm saying? The Most High don't care if you know all the scriptures. The Most High care if you keeping His law, statutes, and commandments.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason, it's a reason why black people don't know who they are. It's not miraculous, it's not an accident, it's on purpose. Because the truth will set you free.
It's in your mind. In the Bible, the heart is synonymous with the mind. You know what I'm saying? The heart and the mind is synonymous. In the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 127. Therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. These precepts are things to be right. The Bible says, come out of her, my people, so you might not be partakers of her sin. And this is what we are here to do. We are the physical trumpets. We are the physical trumpets that's warning you to come out of this place before the Most High destroys you. The Most High wants our people out of that madness. Out of it. They said that the people are leaving the church at such an alarming rate that the church is coming up with ways to combat what they call this brotherhood is the most important thing that we got. The Most High put this together. The Most High put these brothers together.
Right? Islam, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua brought the thumb to the bells, Yahweh Shema the thumb, Bashem Yahshua to the sisters. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started on Rome West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? It started off from the beginning with Abu Bivens. You know, he came. You know what I mean? A lot of our people migrated from the South, trying to get, you know what I mean, over here, away from a lot of the treacherous, you know what I mean, treatment from down South. And he, you know what I'm saying, he was learning with the commandment keepers, but he realized that, you know what I'm saying, that the scriptures is applying to so-called Black Native Americans. So, you know what I'm saying, he took that and applied it, and I mean, it took that from the Ish people, Amalek, you know what I'm saying, and raised up 7 heads. They established a school, the ISUPK, to teach Black Native Americans our identity, who we are. You know what I'm saying, the importance as well. You know what I'm saying? So this right here, Barak Yahweh Yahushua for the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, but also to know that the Most High does this. In 1969, remember, it was a famine on this truth. You know what I'm saying, due to our iniquity, but the Most High love us, Barak Yahweh Yahushua, to you know what I'm saying, to unleash the seal for us. Open up, crack that seal back open, and he showed us who we were. Abu Bivens seen that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High revealed it to him, and again, he went to go teach, like how the prophets do. You know what I'm saying, once the Most High shows how wicked we are, you know what I'm saying, he tells us to go tell Israel how wicked we are, or tell Israel how wicked they are. You know what I'm saying, so as he's doing that, that's how you teach, and that's how you correct through love. You know what I'm saying, start teaching us the laws and commandments, which is in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying, they raised up men. And one of the men that raised up was Commander General Yohana. You know what I'm saying? He kept his sword, he kept his pedigree, and he raised up more men, even when men left and disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Ran into vanity and did their own thing. Wanted to do their own thing, which goes against his truth. Commander General Yohana kept going. And now we see the fruit of it. We see the fruit of it, because the Most High is the Most High word. You know what I'm saying? The Most High want us, whoever's in the action, because he want all of us. I mean, Black Native Americans, but it's like it. Everybody don't have the gift. I say the gift of not being selfish. You know what I'm saying? To be humble, because that's what a lot of leaders and the priests and prophets is not selfish. You know what I'm saying? A lot of work, everything we do, the works that we do, you know what I'm saying, for our people, is to please the Most High God, but it's for our people. You know what I'm saying? That's what the law is. The scripture purifies that the whole law hangs on love thy brother, love thy neighbor. Because once you love your brother and your neighbor, you know what I'm saying, your people, you're not going to covet against them. You're not going to want to do anything harm against them. That's what all that hangs into the law. I mean, the whole law hangs into that, loving thy brother. And today, right now, we're going to talk about a city. The city today, the topic is the city built on out of blood. You know what I'm saying, with blood. Because I don't know how familiar a lot of people is, but I don't know if y'all heard about the 215 bodies they found behind Jackson, Mississippi prison. And I mean, if you know the history, and a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, in unknown graveyards, first and foremost, them building on top of our bodies. You know what I'm saying? It's bodies under us. You know what I'm saying? It's here in Central in Onondaga County. Who you think is under us, under these buildings, and a lot of these houses, and a lot of these properties here in Syracuse, New York, Onondaga County? Just think of the name. A lot of our Native Americans is under us. I mean, bodies under us as they unalive 77 million Native Americans gathered as Reubenites. You see what happened. A lot of us is buried under the cities that we so-called look up. We so-called, you know what I'm saying, admire. You know what I'm saying? The ground that we stand on. That's how you know that the city is built on blood. Our blood is shedding under the grounds that the city is built on, that people just worry about the riches and the glory and the things that they see, the cars and the clothes, the fashion. You know what I'm saying? The biggest houses is built on our families. So to those that believe in the ancestors and all that, right? Your ancestors is under us. That's why you need to learn this truth of the scriptures. Know the priest and prophet of the Most High God, but know the Most High God. Also our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to understand that he's not under us. He's not under us at all. To understand that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is not under us, but you can see that the city that we admire, the land of the free, that they say, is built on blood. It's built on blood. So you put an article. I'm just gonna put the article. You know what I'm saying? If you're on TikTok, if you want to pull it up, you can pull it up on. Cause we're gonna show it. I mean, just show it. Cause we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through a couple of scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It's at 200.
Okay.
The water.
This is the World Socialist website. 215 bodies known to the police found in unmarked graves behind jail in Jackson, Mississippi.
Behind what?
Behind jail in Jackson, Mississippi.
And just understanding this, man. The large number, the 215, right, shows that somebody in power has to know about this. It's not something that you just sweep under the rug and nobody in the city knows about this. You know, the governors, they all know about this, man. The jail knew about this. I think one of the stories was one of them was hit by a cop car, a black man, Judite, was hit by a cop car, and his family wasn't you know what I'm saying, noticed. So now I'm saying, like, a lot of the bodies back there that's unknown, unmarked graves, through the history, we gotta understand. If you go look up slave cemeteries, a lot of our graveyards was unmarked graves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they just dumped our body. Boom. With these massacres that go, we're gonna go through the massacres as well. What happens to these bodies these people unalive? A lot of us, bodies go missing. But for them, the 215 bodies that's unmarked graves, we don't know. Might not never know who they are. We'll never get justice for that. And the piece of brain on yesterday, that's why we studied about it, but we'll never know the devious, wicked acts that these people did. But the Most High said He will reveal these secrets, the dark secrets that they think that they done away. Priest broke out what yesterday as well, that the Most High eyes is like 1,000 suns. Like he brought out the comparison that he did to show, like, all right, bro, the sun sees everything, it shines all over. That's one sun. 1,000. That means he sees in your house. You know, the sun shines, he sees everything. So now I'm saying everything that they thought they got away with, as prophecy is coming about right now, also they will be exposed. So now I mean, it's not a coincidence why 250 bodies just pop up. That already Mississippi knew about it. I won't be surprised if the president already knew about it. You know what I'm saying? This is just a lot. Go ahead, Op.
That's a lot. And then we have one here in Syracuse. In New York as well. Was it Elmira? What was it?
I'm trying to believe.
What was it, Max? They found all them bodies under the.
I think it was Clinton.
I
think it was
Clinton.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it.
And that's in the north.
In the north.
We thought it wasn't no.
I mean, I won't be mistaken that it might be a lot more buried here in the north, and then on this East Coast and all that. A lot where the big cities at, because these were the buildings is at. The big buildings, the schools. We're gonna get into it because if you go through the history of even the college Clemson, who do you think built that? The slaves. You know what I'm saying? The slaves built the college Clemson. So there's a lot of unmarked bodies that, if you go through the history and we pull that up as well, you'll see that so many slaves is buried under Clemson, under the college. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no questions why, you know what I'm saying, they finding 215 bodies in Mississippi. Go ahead.
A horrifying situation is unfolding in Jackson, Mississippi, where 215 bodies were recently discovered in unmarked graves behind a state jail.
And it was put there 215 times. Not just one, but 215 bodies put there. That means they were told to put, and it's okay to put them right here. Nobody's going to search for them behind here at all. Nobody's going to search for them behind here. Go ahead up.
The families of those buried in what is known as the pauper field behind the Hines County Penal Farm were never informed of the death of their loved ones, let alone given the chance to retrieve their bodies and pay their respects.
See, who does that happen to? We gotta realize that this city that we live in, America, Babylon, is built on blood, and who blood is it? It's us. That's why you can find things in that nature. 215 bodies behind a jail, a prison, where we are, where we at. So we're gonna go to you know about?
It kind of remind me of the situation in here with the brother that was found in the prison. Well, he wasn't found. They never notified anybody.
Nobody.
He was unalived and he was buried.
That's it.
And the family was looking for him, and come to find out he's been unalived for months. And they ain't notified anybody.
And how often you think that happened in facility, in correctional facility? That's why they will lose our people in the correctional facility and the mental institutions. They'll lose us and tell our parents, tell our people, hey, anything. That's why it's important for us that can move around to be involved in those that's in their care, because they take advantage for our people to be in their care. You know how many times our people was unalive when incarceration in their authorities' hands? Every city, I think every city you can pull up something to where, you know what I'm saying? Every city could pull up something to where our people were unalive by the hands when they was in the care of our oppressors. Where do these bodies go? Where do these bodies go? When they took the bodies off of when they took our people's bodies off of the tree. You know what I'm saying? Or when they would burn the whole building down. Didn't you say they burned the building down with us in it? Mm-hmm. How many times did that happen? Again, if you ever heard of the forts, right? It was a lot of Judites, Gadites, and Ephraimites, I believe, right? Look up the forts. And army at this time that I'm saying about army, our people was trying to fight in the army, but a lot of our people was going to unite on the lands. I think it wasn't on U.S. soil. So they was trying to, they pretty much put a decree out saying like, we have to stop this. They are a threat. Forget the war that's going on between us and another nation. Let's worry about these people, these Israelites gathering. And they got so strong that they bombed the whole fort. You ever look up the fort? They bombed the whole fort, which is us. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever look up the fort, you know what I'm saying, you'll see that it's not the first time. I won't say this is the first time in our time where we biblically get together and unite and come together and gather ourselves together off the truth. But don't never let them tell us that Blacks and Native Americans never moved as one, nor have love for each other, because then we'll take on their spirit to hate our own selves. And that's what happens when we follow them. Whenever you got it, Baruch Shah.
Reset.
Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12.
This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Akim Wakwakim got it.
Come on.
This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to what?
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Again, the Captain of Zion was just bringing out Monday saying, Jeremiah 23, woe to the pastor that leads astray, destruction. You know what I'm saying? So now we're saying, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, destruction to America, destruction to Babylon, destruction to here. You know what I'm saying? Where we think is the land of the free. You know what I'm saying? The big houses, the big buildings. You know what I'm saying? The money. Look like we got the money here, right? In America, look like they got the money. But here go to Scripture says, Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Go ahead, Doc.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. If you're finding 215 bodies right behind the jail, who you think did it? And put it there as well. And for it to be unmarked and just hit it back there, family not notified, they have to, the people that put them back there have to look at the people that's underground in the ground as discussed and as nothing to even be important to notify their family of their demise. Who do they look at like that? You know what I'm saying? Who do they look at like that to not even feel important to even notify their family? Us, Blacks and Native Americans. Who you think? Come on now again. They have their cemeteries. It's us that don't have no cemeteries. They built their cemeteries. That's how you know again that how destroyed we are as a nation. Because at one point, if you go to scriptures, you'll see that every time we passed on, we be buried with our fathers. Now you're finding 215 bodies. Go ahead.
And establish a city by iniquity.
And establish a city by iniquity. It's nothing America did, Babylon did to establish this city through righteousness. Through righteousness. No, they did not. They established it a city by iniquity. Iniquity. You know what I'm saying? Now that we got that out the way, right? The information is seeing, all right, boom, woe to the city that built it on blood. So now we got to see why is America, now we see why America is getting destroyed. Destruction to America. We're going to go to Amos chapter 1 real quick. Chapter 1, verse 11. Because it'd be like, oh, what makes you think that? Now we gotta understand. Now we know it's a city built on blood, right? We gotta know who blood, and who's doing it. Who's blood and who's doing it.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. All Akim Wakwafian got it?
Go.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, for 3 transgressions of Edom.
Of who?
Of Edom.
Of who?
Of Edom.
All right, now we know. Now, as we go through this, we're gonna see what's about to be said by the prophet Amos and who is our enemy, who is going into captivity. You know what I'm saying? When the Yahweh shall come, because we think that we don't have no enemies but each other, but that's because of our enemy did that. Go ahead, Doc.
And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
See, the Most High not going to turn away the punishment of the things that they done to us. And we're going to see what they did that caused the Most High to punish them. Go ahead, Doc.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
Pursue who?
Pursue his brother with the sword.
So now we know that Edom, right? Edom is the bloodline. Edom is the bloodline of Esau, right? Now, when he say his brother, who you think he's talking about? When he say his brother, when Esau pursued his brother with the sword, who are you talking about? If everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, that the two brothers, the 2 sons of Isaac, you know what I'm saying, he had 2 sons, Esau and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they was in the womb. Perfect. The Most High said that you have 2 nations fighting against each other in you. You know what I'm saying? She didn't understand at the time. No, but not the Most High knows what's going to happen. The nations of today. The nations of today. And we got to realize that the reason why a lot of this going on too is because Esau got jealous of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? When Isaac was raiding off the blessings. You know what I'm saying? But remember, Esau sold his birthright for raw meat. You know what I'm saying? So he got jealous when Isaac reading off the blessings to Jacob, You know what I'm saying? So by the end, he said how pretty much how the hate that he has towards his father and how he would slay his brother. I believe it's in the book of Genesis. So the book of Genesis chapter 27. And how he would slay his brother. You know what I'm saying? For that hate. Because of what he did. See, now the Edomites hate us for their own selves. They don't know why they hate us. We don't do nothing to them. Our people love them so much that Cat Williams exposed all the brothers, right? But only one Edomite, right? Like me and Cal, I'm watching him. I'm really like, yo, everybody keep watching. I say, yo, when we watching ISUPK, when we watch stuff like this, we don't have the same perspective as the world. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just, Cat, give them all props, right? Everybody, and guess what? The oppressors didn't cancel him either. Like how they canceled Kanye West. Even if they wanted to say he's crazy. Because they even asked him, they asked Cat Williams about that as well. About if they think about Kanye mental issues. And what he just said, he's looking at Kanye having a mental issue as well. You know what I'm saying? But we look at him, a hypocrite. Go ahead, up.
Yeah, Salakia. And he actually said it. I don't agree with Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because why don't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you? Because he said the truth.
That's it.
His actions is not matching up with his words, but he said the truth. He are the real Jew. And he knows this. Because they got the fake Israelites, they got a clip of him walking past one of the camps.
Oh, yeah?
And dropping some money.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He dropped some money for the Captain Pusher.
See, even them.
He know the truth. He ain't gonna broadcast it.
Nope. But even them, the other groups, right? You think that you falling into the famous, and I mean that he's famous. Let me show a clip of him dropping money in the bucket. You just no different than the world. They flock to the rich man. The purple people want to go march for Irvin. When you see us in the masses of group like how for anything, it's for a purpose. And we went out there for a mission for the so-called migrants, which is our people. When you hear about Houston and the school in Houston, what's the captain up there again?
Captain
Yatazak. And they go and what's the mission they did? Takuna. You feel what I'm saying? When you hear about Captain Kapasha and also the Quatazar going over there to the Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? The things we do is we don't get together for the rich. We get together for the poor. Scripture said, come gather yourself together, undesirable. The rich is desirable. We are undesirable. We come together for the undesirable, right? The ones that nobody look at. Where they say nothing good come out of the ghettos, right? Like they say, Yahweh Shai, nothing good come out of Nazareth. When they see us, they like, oh, these Negroes, these wetbacks, and I mean so-called spics, that's how they look at us, right? They say they don't have, how can they have the truth? One thing they say, oh, what you ain't go through what's Bible school you went through? Or what philosophy, what the scholars, whatever it is, right? All the school that so-called blacks and Native Americans need is ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Because no other school is going to teach us our identity. They just took out of the schools Black history. Because they don't want our kids to see how hateful they are. So they took that out. So the only school that's going to keep it real with blacks and Native Americans is ISUPK. That's it. That's led by someone like us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be led by no Joe Biden, nobody out in the world, because they don't get me. They don't understand me. They won't understand my household. They won't understand nobody by me. You know what I'm saying? Because even the world, like for me, like in the world, they say my children on the spectrum, right? On the spectrum. Then they would teach you that something is wrong with your child, right? Then you come to the school and then paraphrase it. You'll see a breakdown from General Hyman or for even Captain Zion gave me a breakdown on it as well. about, you know what I'm saying, when the disciples asked Yahushua, yo, which one of them sinned? Did the son sin or the parents sin for him to be born blind? And then for, you know, for the Most High to get the glory. You know what I'm saying? So then hearing that scripture alone, you know what I'm saying, getting broke down to me is like, it made me a better father for the children that the world writes off. Because they write me off. You know what I'm saying? So the children that the world writes off, right, and label on the spectrum, right, the Most High, first and foremost, felt like, trusted me with these children, first and foremost, because the gifts, first and foremost, the children is gifts from the Most High God. He created us in the womb. You know what I'm saying? So for him to trust me with these babies, right? First and foremost, I have to come to the ISUPK to truly love them the way they need to be loved. You know what I'm saying? Through the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The world say something wrong with all of us. They would say that, hey, you have bipolar, you schizophrenia, you this, you're that. You know what I'm saying? And then they the ones that causing you to even act the way you act, have a split personality, whatever it is. They're causing you and prescribing you, diagnosing you, and putting itself and all the drugs in you. Pump the drugs in you. You're 4 years old, and they're saying that you can't sit down. How many 4-year-olds you know can sit down? You know what I'm saying? Without wanting to get up and move around. Nope, he got ADHD. I'll give him this, give him that. And then the parents that don't know no better, and they're not led by Commander General Yohana or none of the peace of prophets in the ISUPK, will be led by their decision. And guess what? They will allow them to raise their children. And now guess what? Now you got the children out in the world have no respect for authority. Because now they want to question the only black man, the only man on earth that authorized and actually been chosen and sent by the Most High God to lead black Native Americans. They're going to question Commander General Yohana. They want to question the priest and prophet that was taught this truth. Instead of somebody just ordain themselves and start a church, like P.B. James. Nobody questioned him all these years. Yo, what? Nobody questioned nothing that he was doing. And this is the time that the Most High is going to expose them. Because woe to the pastors. Woe to the ones that built the city with blood. Remember, destruction to them. How would destruction come to them? They got to be torn down. How would they be torn down? They will be exposed for their powers. Because they don't have no power. They have no strength. We give them the power and the strength. You know what I'm saying? By even going to his church. Mind you, his church is only for the rich folks. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of the city being built on blood because the church is built on blood as well. Because the same church that they got us going to, Roman Catholics and all that, Caesar Borgia and the Pope and all these things in that nature, they will unalive us if we didn't convert. They will unalive us if we didn't convert to their traditions. Like how Nebuchadnezzar did. Like how King Herod did. This is what they do. So whenever you got it, Bible Kushar? You can finish it up.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
See, who will not?
I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Don't get in your mind that they won't be punished. Remember, they will be punished worse than us. The Most High love us, right? Right. Hey, peace brought out yesterday. Psalm 147, 19 and 20. For he deals with us, only us. We know his judgments. We know his laws. Him giving us his laws shows that he loved us. And by the end of it, what he said? Praise ye the Lord. Praise ye the Lord that he chose us even to judge us in our iniquities. Because judging us, guess what? Gonna make us a better nation than we ever been. Because now you got the ISUPK that now we learning from our mistakes, so we won't do it again. Then we teach our children from the mistakes that our fathers did. What glory cannot? Come on now, we only can be better than how we were, because like it says, you know better, you do better. We know better now, and our children will do better. That's the difference. So now, I mean, don't ever think that they're not gonna be punished. I used to say to my mom, I'm like, yo, before coming into the truth, to my mom, like she'd be like, I'm like, yo, I'm not about to wait. I'm not about to wait to enjoy life. I'm like, yo, it's like they get away with everything. They get away with everything. I'm gonna do what they do since they get away with it. That's why I say envy not the oppressors. Because when you envy them, you're gonna want to be able to do what they do better than them. You want to be whatever they're doing. You want to be better than them. They wicked. I'm gonna be a better drug dealer. I'm gonna be a better pet. I'm gonna be a better. They want to be better whores. Our girls, everybody, we competing to be better at nothing. Cause they ain't better than us with anything. So we being better at nothing than them when we follow this truth right here. Is something. So again, don't think they're not gonna be punished. Go ahead, up.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Again, the Edomites is the bloodline of Esau, and who is the brother of Esau? For those that don't know, is Jacob, which is Israel. You know what I'm saying? Prince of the power. And we are Israelites because we are the bloodline to Jacob. You know what I'm saying? The seed that the Most High blessed. He was blessing the heir and the seed of Isaac. That's why we serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? We don't never say that we serve the God of Abraham, Ishmael, and Allah, or Abraham and anybody else. We said that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's it. We don't serve no nothing else. Nothing else. Go ahead, up.
And did cast off all pity.
And they cast off all pity.
And his anger did tear perpetually.
Don't it seem like the anger and the pain that it put us through is forever, perpetually? It's like this. It never ends. It's like it never ends. Islam, sister. How smart thought about Shema Shop. Like it never ends, ever. It seems like we just in this pain. And it's what it went a while. Because like the priest brought out and Captain Isaiah when they went to the event, it's designed that way. It's designed that way to be forever. Like Willie Lynch said, this thing is supposed to be forever. They don't want this thing to ever, get back to how it was. That's how you know the Most High God. When it happens, that's how we gotta know the Most High God did it. And that's how the Most High God go to flex and show his power, because what's done, the only way what's done now can be reversed is through the Most High God.
And he kept his wrath forever.
See, and he kept his wrath forever. Like, dang, how much slavery you want out of us? You have a whole country. What else you want from us? You still want us to slave and slave and slave? What else you want from us? The priest always bring out the numbers of what? How much trillion?
$10 trillion.
$10 trillion of cotton. You know how much light cotton is? So for us to pick that much cotton, gotta know that we pick football fields of cotton. Football fields of cotton. So now we know that the seed that we in is built on blood. And the scripture said in Habakkuk 2:12, woe unto them that built the city on blood. Destruction unto them. You know what I'm saying? Now we know who's building the city on blood. Like he said in Amos 1:11. This saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. That's how you could find. Now it's 215 bodies popping up behind the job. You know, he's popping up. You can type in one more. We're gonna put one more article real quick. Say the children fought at a school in Canada. And that's how you know that we are. That they are gonna be like, how you know Black and Native Americans, so-called Black and Native Americans is down-chosen people. We go just like they'll find hundreds of us under the ground. Now they find hundreds of Native American children, so-called Native Americans, the guy that's under the ground.
Just one. 35 on Mark Graves. Hundreds on Mark Graves.
You can click on that one. The one that said 215. Somebody jumped at 3 years old. Download right there, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Oh wow. Same number.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I said when I found it, I'm like, whoa, good night. Good night. So now we know this only happened to slaves, man. It's not happening to them. They get buried properly. They get buried properly. And if you do the history on this school, right? The school was to get the children, so-called indigenous, the indigenous children, they say, or we say the Israelites, the Gadites, the Reubenites, to get them to learn the ways of the Roman Catholic and be a Canadian citizen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what you think if they didn't learn it? What you think if they didn't bow down or get it right? They will unalive you. They have one person saying that, one person that went to the school saying that he remembered kids disappearing all the time. You can scroll down so you can just feel me on getting to all of it. I just want to show that it's happening to them as well.
Hundreds of unmarked graves found at another former school for indigenous children.
Good night. Good night.
Vancouver, British Columbia. Leaders of indigenous groups in Canada said Thursday investigators have found hundreds of unmarked graves at the site of a former residential school for indigenous children.
Wow.
A discovery that follows last month's report of 215 bodies found at another school.
See? So it said it was 215 bodies at one school, and now they're finding hundreds at another school. Wow. Wow. Who you think is the teachers at these schools? You know what I'm saying? How can this happen? Because we're passing over, we're giving the power to the ones that hate us to teach our children, right? And then you want to question the priest and prophet in the ISUPK that's going to truly love your children as our own. You know what I'm saying? As our own. The Aquafians, right? Their children is my children. But my nieces and nephews are my children. When you go to the Passover, you see nobody worried about their children because everybody got their children. When I say that, I'm talking about we got each other. We got each other. We got it. You know what I'm saying? But we're giving the power to them to lose our babies. They're losing our babies. They're losing our people. They're losing our children and our women, right? And that's why it's so important for, they're all going to be like, yo, how come you don't let the women, why y'all don't let women do this? Why y'all don't let women do that? We protect our women. Why would we put our women on the fire to fight something that is meant for men to fight? You know what I'm saying? And that's how they trick our women to get our women to try to be like how their army is today. Who is in the U.S. Army now? The alphabet, LGBTQ. Their whole army, their lieutenants and pilot is a we, they, and she and he. You feel what I'm saying? What
The bodies were discovered at the Maryville Indian Residential School, which operated from 1899 to 1997, where the Cowessess First Nation is now located. About 85 miles east of Regina, the capital of Saskatchewan. A search with ground-penetrating radar resulted in 751 hits, indicating that at least 600 bodies were buried in the area.
600 bodies,
said Chief Cadmus Delorme of the Cowessess. The radio operators have said their results could have a margin of error of 10%.
Wow. Good night.
So they basically saying that they could be wrong about 60 bodies. 60. But at least 500 bodies.
At least.
Good night.
And nope, we can never get the names.
No.
We could never, nobody, the families will never know about their children. I'm trying to see what they, because as I read, see what it said. The man said that the graves were marked at one time, but that the Roman Catholic Church operated the school. See, who operated the school?
The Roman Catholic Church that operated the school have removed the markers.
Wow.
The Pope needs to apologize for what happened.
The what?
The Pope needs to apologize for what happened.
The same Pope that just said, yeah, it's okay to marry same-sex marriage. But do you think that he's mentioning this? Because what did they do? Like King Gerard, that's what they did. unalive our children, whoever didn't bow down, whoever didn't conform to Roman Catholic or Catholicism or whatever it is, right? Whoever didn't bow down to them. Go down a little bit more.
The Pope, Salakia, this was a crime against humanity, an assault on First Nations, said Chief Bobby Cameron of the Federation of Sovereign and Indigenous First Nations in Saskatchewan. He said he expects more graves will be found on residential school grounds across Canada.
Wow.
We will not stop until we find all the bodies.
And guess what? You think that and what is it? What finding these bodies, right? It only proves that the city, even over there, they are in cahoots. When they say they are confederate against us, they are every country, every city is built with our blood. So-called Black Native Americans, right? We in Canada now, another country, they say, right? And it's happening. Right, what it said on there?
Following that discovery, Pope Francis expressed his pain over the discovery and pressed religious and political authorities to shed light on this sad affair. But he did not offer the apology.
He did not what?
He did not offer the apology sought by First Nations and by the Canadian government.
I think down here we're going to get it more into why they have these schools. Let's see why they have these schools.
And Slakia, this just shows the scripture that you pulled, how it says he had no pity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how you find over 600, 700 bodies and still don't apologize?
No apologize.
Like, how? Not one apology?
That's how you know our people apologize for nothing. Kanye West just apologized for telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Publicly apologize in Yiddish. He can't even apologize for what they did. Because now we're going to see about these schools. Go ahead, Al.
From the 19th century until the 1970s, more than 150,000 indigenous children were forced to attend state-funded Christian schools.
No, they willingly did.
They were forced to attend state-funded Christian schools.
So you know what that means? Like we already talked about these religion, all this stuff was forced upon us. They told their parents that they had no choice. They went to their parents, said you have no choice. Your child had no choice but to go to these schools, or y'all can't live here, or we burn your house down. Probably. Y'all gotta go. Y'all can't live here. Y'all won't be citizens here if your kids don't go to our school. Go ahead, Al.
The majority of them run by Roman Catholic missionary congregations.
By who?
Roman Catholic missionary congregations, in a campaign to assimilate them into Canadian society.
Wow, what do that sound like? That's what happened to our. That's why there's so many bodies, because they couldn't force them to abide and just come on, man. These are kids. They say as young as 3 years old. Remember, I just said a 4-year-old get up too many times. They say, oh yeah, he got ADHD. You think that these 3-year-olds and so forth sit down and want to walk around with hamaka, whatever on their head, and put acid on their face, whatever they do, right? Even as babies, it didn't make sense to them. It didn't make sense to them at all. You can read the last part out.
The Canadian government has admitted that physical and sexual abuse was rampant in the schools.
Wow.
With students beaten for speaking their native languages.
Beaten. And now when the ISUPK, we say, yo, it's required to learn the Lashon Kodash. You should take that as an honor, because these babies was unalive for speaking. Even if they weren't speaking the Lashon Kodash, they wasn't even allowed to speak the language that they know speaking. You know what I'm saying? And they had to learn the language of the Roman Catholics. They had to learn Yiddish. They had to learn Yiddish. They had to learn the ways of the Roman Catholic to fit in Canadian society, which means what? Who runs the world? Who's running this? That's why when we say we up against principalities, evil spirits in high places, we up against stuff like that. We don't got time to be going back and forth with one of these urban apologetics. Yeah, we'll smash you, but we're going by the doctrine. We're going to smash your doctrine that you believe in. Who taught you this? Why you want to combat against the truth? Wonder why? Because you're living a lie. So if you're living a lie, you're going to argue for the lie. You want to prove, matter of fact, you don't want to prove the lie. You just want to argue to make it, because that's all lies is. It's just sweet words to make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? That's why people would accept the lies more than they want to accept the truth. You know what I'm saying? But we finished that one? Yeah, we did. Let's go to Matthew 2:16 real quick. Because I just want to show again that it never stopped. It never stopped. Because what you think King Herod the Great, Herod the Great, what do you think he was? He was an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? It shows again, if he was the king of us at the time in our captivity, why do people always want to say that? You know what I'm saying? Why don't people take initiative to that? Like today, the president of us today, Joe Biden, how he ruled over us today. You know what I'm saying? And our people don't do the things that we are, our original customs. You know what I'm saying? So what you think King Herod was doing? King Herod was doing? You think he was teaching us? Even though he was ruling over us, you think he was teaching us the Bible, the truth, who we was? No, he forced his belief on us. And that's why when the three wise men came, they knew prophecy already. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to see what happened when the Most High steps in and reveals prophecy to expose the wicked, the ones that built this city upon blood, the ones that built the life on destroying our people, putting a sword upon us. What the heck? But it went off. How you do that? Not off, but I'm talking about I went to something else.
Oh, they probably boomed you. Let me see.
What? How? Good night. They did? They didn't say no warning or nothing. But yeah, man, you gotta understand that the only way this could happen across the world, where they find that these 215 bodies, right, behind the prison, the jail. Then we just went to Canada, and they find 215 bodies at one Gadite school, and then about 600 more at another school. And then we learned that who run these schools. You know what I'm saying? The Roman Catholics. And the objective was to force them to learn the Canadian citizen way, which is built on the Roman Catholics as well. And then we just seen that the article said that they boomed me or whatever.
No, you feel it. It's saying because you log in another device.
Oh. So now they said that some of the children was unalive for speaking in their language, their native tongues. It sounds like what happens in the scriptures. Like King Nebuchadnezzar, when he said to Daniel and them, and the reason why the Most High stepped in and showed his power, because they didn't bow down. But they say, yo, if you praying, unalive, get them gone. And then you have the people trying to find fault, seeing, oh, who's praying? Let's go see who's praying to their God. Meshach, Abednego, and Shadrach praying. Go tell. We don't care. Go tell whoever you think, right? Because we only fear the Most High God. Go ahead.
And Salakia is just so powerful because, like, even in Christianity, we only know them by their heathen names.
That's it.
Their names are so powerful in the Hebrew that they changed their names. Listen, no. I think it's Asahel, Makala, and I forgot the last one.
I think it's on A, right?
Yeah, Azariah or something.
I think
like
so,
that. Yep. No, all we know is Shadrach,
we already know they slave names. That's all we know is they slave names. But it shows again that it's what they do through the history. The oppressor is nothing new under the sun. The oppressor, they would take us, and brand us with their customs. Change your name, right? They want to change our name from our Hebrew name to Bob, Jimmy, James. I'm talking about, and then with their last names as well. Now we got Thomas, Johnson, Williams. You know what I'm saying? Gonzalez and Lopez, and you know what I'm saying? All the oppressors' last name. That's what they do. They branded us, and everything they do is built on blood. They have nothing without our. It's like they have to. All they do is come to kill, steal, and destroy. Like Scripture says. I think the book of John 10:10. That's all they do. Come kill, steal, and destroy. And you go through the history. This is all the Edomites do. They kill. That's why everything they built the city on blood. They destroy. They can't build anything. They destroy everything, and they steal everything, even down to French toast and French fries. They steal everything. Everything in America is stolen. And we're gonna see about how we just showing that what happens in the history, in real life, right? Showing that, and showing it in the scriptures. Go ahead out and get
the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 16. Then,
come.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem.
The what?
And slew all the children that were in Bethlehem.
See, this is what they do. Mind you, he felt first and foremost, he felt like he was mocked because the wise men knew who the king of Israel was. Just because you were standing there and you seem like you were in power, that's why we don't vote. Because Joe Biden is not the king of Israel. He may be the president of the United States, but once we learn this truth, we're not citizens of the United States. We're not American. So what I'm saying, he's not our king. Our king is Yahushua Mashiach. So he felt like he was being mocked, right? And this is how they flex their authority. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead out.
And in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under.
From what?
From 2 years old and under.
See, so and then I'm gonna tell you how I was shot for this truth too, because coming in here, also he tells us the meaning behind terrible twos. You know what I'm saying? Terrible twos. Now we see why. Because as a parent, or you either dreading and you're fearful for your child, right? When he's 2 and under, you're running away. You want to run off and wait till he's older than 2. And now you see why it was. That's why the Most High told Joseph to go that way until he's unalive, because he was unalive. But it shows again. But you know what I mean, even after him, now you got somebody, his child step up in his place. Now you got Herod. Then you got Agrippa, Antipas. You got these people, these other stepping up his bloodline, the Edomites, stepping up in his place, right? And you already know, I think it was either Agrippa or Antipas, one of the Herods that unalived James. You know what I mean? The disciples. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they do. So when you see it in the news of what's going on now, it's going to happen a lot. But when you see our bodies, just hundreds of bodies just popping up out of nowhere, unmarked, no names, it's us. More likely it's us. Even if it may be, it's going to be 85 to 90% us. You might got one of them in there, maybe 2, but it's majority of us. Like you just said, like in the other Gadders, the Reubenites. There was just babies out there, and you want to force, if they don't get it right to learn your customs, you're in the life. They said it was physical and sexual abuse. This is what they do. And how many times, right? These popes, right? The popes, you know what I'm saying? The leaders in the Roman Catholics and these other places, right? Did they get exposed for touching these little boys, touching these little girls for all these years, right? This is what they've been doing for all these years. It's more than
time. According to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
According to the time that he had diligently, he was on it. He was pressed. Get him. Get it done. Go ahead out.
And it's kind of like how they are with our records. They are diligently, like you couldn't find the Edomite breaking down Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Edomites are using our breakdowns when it comes to the statue in Babylon, but they are diligently trying to figure out the prophecies of our book.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It is crazy. It's crazy because it don't apply to them, and they know that. They've been studying this book for so long. You don't think that they see that it don't apply to them at all? And that's why they want us to not know this truth. Because once you know this truth, then you'll know that their time is pretty much over. You won't look at them and fear them. You won't fear the sword that they've been bringing up on us, right? You will understand when the Most High said, vengeance is mine. You will understand when the Most High said, vengeance is mine, right? Well, where's he coming to revenge? And avenge, right? If everybody been good. You know what I'm saying? We get judged for our sins and our iniquities. You know what I'm saying? These people going against the Most High God, like they is God. They want to be like, remember, Scripture paraphrase say, they want to say to us, where is your God? Where's your God? Tell him to save you now. In the book of Kings, right? Which king was it? Was it Hezekiah? When he wasn't around, but they went to his host, and they said, yeah, you don't see what we did to everybody else? You don't think that no, God didn't save them, and he tried to say he ain't going to save you. They were scared. And he said it in his tongue and our tongue. Hezekiah went to the prophet Isaiah. That's why when you're afraid, come to the priest of prophets. Come to the priest of prophets. And that's how you're going to get, that's what, I mean, like, this is how you're going to get this truth to how you be of courage. How do you be of courage? How do you be of courage, man? Can you read that one more time from the top out?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
Wow. I mean, so this attacks on us has been heavy. It's been heavy. And our people get unalive and massacred, right? And don't be buried properly. Now, I mean, this is what they do to us. We got one more. Let me go to Jeremiah real quick. Jeremiah 16. It's got, again, I mean, it's just precepts to back up the history that, you know what I'm saying, to prove our enemies, as well as the power that they have is not worth anything. We'll pull up one more. We'll pull up one more article real quick. In the meantime, let's pull up the hundreds of bodies under Mississippi Medical Center. And it's like you see the connections in all three of these. The first one by the jail. The second one, schools. Now the medical clinic. Medical center.
Right.
God. Wow, it's thousands. Whoa. Good night. Good night. Again, I mean, it's no coincidence that this keep happening. Again, it's the ISUPK, Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge, it's ISUPK upstate. You know what I'm saying? For those on TikTok. Right now I'm talking about a city built on blood. And I don't know if y'all know about the history. I mean, what they just found 215 bodies, you know what I'm saying, in Jackson, Mississippi, behind the jail. But we're just showing that It's us. It's us. We're showing that this city is built on blood. You know what I'm saying? And also we prove that Amos 1:11, that Esau pursues us with the sword. You know what I'm saying? And perpetually calling us pain, perpetually shedding our blood. You know what I'm saying? For his hate, trying to unalive us. And these bodies that's everywhere, right? Prove that it's, I'm saying, we went over the Gadites in Canada, proving that the Roman Catholics was you know what I'm saying, pretty much the cause of their death, the unaliving. You know what I'm saying? It was shown in the scriptures and in history the connection between the Edomites, our oppressors, and our blood, Israelites, Black Native Americans. Same way they did our king blood, crucified them, shed his blood, persecuted them. The same way they do us across the world. God.
Thousands of bodies rest under the University of Mississippi Medical Center campus.
See, these people got graveyard, they got sites that been around for so long that you could build something on top of theirs. Why is it us? It's us. It's our bodies under the city. It's our bodies under these big buildings. It's our bodies under all this stuff, all the cities, all of it. Because we were the ones that was looked at as nothing. We don't get a proper burial. And we're going to go into that right in the next precept. Go ahead, Al.
In 2013, a construction crew doing road work on the campus of the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson discovered 66 bodies from the Mississippi State Asylum, which was on the site from 1855 to 1935.
Wow.
Report Seth Augustine at Laboratory Equipment reports that a year later, while building a parking garage, radar scans revealed at least 2,000 more bodies on the site known as Asylum Hill.
Wow.
Now, experts believe there may be as many as 7,000 bodies on the 20-acre plot of land which the campus hopes to develop.
Wow. Who do you think those bodies are? It's us. It's nobody else. It's us. It's what they do to us. They treat us like trash, and they think we don't deserve a proper burial anyways. But just for that to happen, man. It's at 7,000. Good night. Good night. And then it's so much, it just keep going on. Every time and then keeps building right over it. How many times you rebuilt over these bodies? 7,000, go ahead up.
And you see the pattern, they find bodies, confirm bodies. Then they do the radar scans and say that it's an innumerable amount of bodies.
Which means that the people in power, they know. They place these bodies there and build over it. You know what I'm saying? Only way you can have this many bodies dump anywhere is if the people in power is okay. You know, and remember, they've been doing this to us. You know what I'm saying? Just dumping our bodies, piling our bodies up. You'll look it up. You'll see they just piling our bodies up. Nobody, no individual cast, no individual grave sites, none of that. They pile everybody in one big old dump. Big old hole. What up?
And when COVID happened, they started doing the same thing.
Like,
that's not our spirit.
You know
what I'm saying? Like, Tobit, he wanted to bury his. You know what I'm saying? Let's bury everybody. Everybody can be buried. But the spirit of these people is like so with hate and angry. Like, how you angry at people that's let's just stack them on top of
them. They ain't nothing. It's nothing. You know what I mean? And Tobit, and guess what? Even when they told him not to, he still did. They told him to leave, he came back doing it again. It don't matter. That's the difference between everybody in ISUPK and everybody else in the other groups everywhere else. They're not willing to die for this. On a lot, they ain't willing to lose this. They ain't willing to lose their life to gain their life, like the scripture says. Nah, they just like everybody else in the world. They want to keep this. They fear the man that only could destroy the body. Take this. I don't care. But when the glory comes, when the Most High, when your spirit rise, and the Most High judge you according to your works. According to your works.
You want me to keep going?
God, if it's more. This is crazy. Like,
and according to Jerry Mitchell at the Clarion Ledger, the university estimates that it will cost $3,000 per body, or around $21 million total, to remove and rebury the thousands of former asylum patients.
They don't think we're worth that much. That's why they did it in the first place. Heck no. I think this was 2021?
2013.
And guess what? That's why they ain't doing it still. They're not doing that. They don't think our people is worth 21 million. They're like, hey, yo, if nobody know they was missing, nobody know they gone, forget it. But it's all for generations that they've been dumping our bodies, man. 7,000. This comes from them unaliving our people for the massacres. I've read a list of massacres for time's sake in a while, but just realize, let's look what's going on, man. This is crazy. You go ahead, Rob.
But the university is looking at a cheaper in-house alternative, which would cost upward of $3 million over 8 years.
Past 8 years.
Removal of the bodies will cost hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars because ethical and professional standards within archaeology have to be followed in their removal. Molly Zuckerman, a biological anthropologist at Mississippi State University, tells Augustine.
See, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new when they find the 215 bodies right behind the prison, behind the jail. It shows that this been going on in our history for generations. A lot of these bodies, it's popping up because they did this a lot of times in slavery time. You know what I'm saying? Where unalive our people, just leave them there. Just leave them there. These were plantations. Clemson was a plantation, right? Slaves lived there. I think at one point in time it was 175 slaves on that plantation. So under these colleges, mainly these big colleges, all these colleges is named after these rich folks. It's them, the people that are in power that build these schools. But it's unmarked grave sites even under Clemson. Even under Clemson. So whenever you got Jeremiah 16, chapter 6, 16, verse 6, Bible Kushah. Remember again, the scripture says, Jeremiah 14, Judah mourneth, our gates are language. We're mourning. We have the protection, the gates is language, no protection for our people, Black Native Americans, but the ISUPK. Outside this truth, you know what I'm saying? You're not protected out in the world. You're naked. You're naked to where this happens. This happens. And I mean, due to the things that the Babylon and Edomites, the oppressor was doing to us, you know what I'm saying? At these times. Because
this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 6. Akim Wakwafin got it.
Let me see if I. Let's see if I can start at 4 or almost start at 6.
6, 5.
Yeah, we're gonna start at 6.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 6. Both the great and the small shall die in this land.
Both what?
Both the great and the small shall die in this land.
Both the great and the small shall die in this land. We show how we're dying. We're not. Our people don't get to be unalive. Our people don't just pass of natural causes. We don't get to that. We don't get the privilege that they have to die from natural causes. Nah, we get unalived. You know what I'm saying? It's mass incarceration all through our history by the hands of the oppressors. You know what I'm saying? To the point where even for the draft, I ain't talking about sports draft, but the draft for the military at the time. Who you think was getting drafted the most? Not the rich folks. They was coming to us to draft us. They was going to the poor, the ghettos. Why Bill Gates and them not on the draft? Why they wasn't on the draft? Huh? Why wasn't none of these, you know what I'm saying, like these rich folks on the draft, but y'all want the poor to fight for the rich. It's what they do. They treat the poor like a pawn. We're not their pawn. Blacks and Americans, we're not their pawn. We're not their pawn at all. We preach the prophet of the Most High God.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 6. Both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried.
They shall not?
They shall not be buried.
They shall not be buried. See, that's why we can find graves. That's why you find unmarked graveyards. With us in it. With us in it. They shall not be buried. He said, both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried. Neither shall men lament them. Neither shall we have tombstones. Neither shall we be in a casket. None of that stuff. You'll find bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies. He said 7,000. 7,000? Good night. They just dump the bodies on top of bodies. This is what they was doing, and this is what they're doing now. But what's the difference is that the evilness will be exposed. Like in the book of Luke, chapter 8, said that, now I mean, the secrets, nothing is a secret. And everything will be manifest to us to see. We will see it all. That's how the Most High is gonna show the world his power. You know what I'm saying? Expose their weakness to show that the power that they have is not power. You know what I'm saying? It's lies. They will have nothing without the blood of our blood. This city would not be here, you know what I'm saying, if our blood wasn't shed. Just like that. And that's why you can find 7,000 bodies in the same city. Wow. Jackson, Mississippi, the same city that they just found the 215 bodies behind the jail. Years ago, they found 7,000 bodies behind the medical clinic.
I just was looking up at my slave the other day. It's only 40,000 of us in Syracuse.
Good night.
So that's like over 30% of us.
Wow.
All day on one spot.
Wow. 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 Now that's crazy.
That's crazy.
We're losing more percentage of us alive. And this, I mean, that again, these numbers shows that the men that's in power, okay. Nobody small going to be able to bury these bodies, right? These big bodies, all these bodies in these areas, right? But also, only the rich folks is involved in hospitals, right? Because everywhere you went, it's a hospital, right? 7,000 bodies under a hospital, under the garage. The school, 600 bodies at the school in Canada of the guy that's a Rubenites. You know what I'm saying? Because the Roman Catholics and Canada wanted to force them to be Canadian citizens. They were unalive for speaking their language. And now a jail in Mississippi. We're going through it happens all the Johnston County. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. If you ever Google, you'll see that this only happened to slaves. Only happened to slaves. That's it. And all these bodies that's unaccountable for unaccounted for that nobody knows about shows that a lot of these bodies came from massacres as well. You know what I'm saying? With the Ebenezer Creek. I don't know if you ever, I believe so, right? It's Ebenezar.
That's Ebenezer.
Ebenezer, right? Yeah. The date stuck out to me when I seen it because December 9th, when we went out there, December 9th. It was December 9th, 1864. Our people signed up for war, right? But for us to get to the war, wherever battle, we had to pass this creek. But when the Edomites passed the bridge before us, they moved it. So our people running, trying to get over the bridge, get chased by the oppressors, the other oppressors, the ones that we're fighting with, think we're fighting for and with, move the bridge. So we couldn't get across. How many bodies do you think went into that creek and river to where you'll see 7,000 bodies found again? 7,000 bodies found again. There's more to that.
God. Neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them.
See, nobody gonna care. Nobody gonna care. It's crazy that it's come out too because I'm talking to my one of my sons, right? You know what I'm saying? He older now, he a teenager, 16. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like, you know, the world. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the world, of course, but the influence that comes from the world. And I hit him with real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sugarcoat because I needed it myself growing up. So I'm like, yo, and he just lost a friend was unalived, right? Right behind the school, down the street. And I'm like, yo, do you think that everybody that came out to his funeral, everybody that pretended to care about him, truly care about him? Nobody truly cared. It's more people want to gain benefits off of death due to the person that may got unalive, have a reputation. You want to say, I know this individual to get props off this person's reputation. You don't truly care about the individual's death because you don't reach out to his mother. You know what I'm saying? You don't reach out if his children is red. You know what I'm saying? You don't reach out to his family that's truly mourning and hurt from his absence. You know what I'm saying? Our people are fascinated with death. Not because they love the person that died, but because of the attention that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? The knowing somebody dead seems like it's more and more beneficial to you than knowing somebody that's alive in your face. You know what I'm saying? So nobody would care. Nobody going to lose their head when nobody cared. Nobody thought about these 7,000 bodies over generations, right? Nobody cried. Nobody, like I said, nobody cut themselves, no nothing, right? So again, I mean, like this is a city that's built on all these countries is built with our blood, man. Look around, all these, again, the scripture says they are confederate against us, and they all benefit off us. They just bounce us around. Like he's like Peace always bring up. When the ship left, they made drop offs. They stop here, drop some off over there to Haiti, drop some over there to so-called Jamaica, drop some over there. Now keep going and get here. That's how we were scattered abroad. How do you think we just walked there? You think we just scattered abroad on our own? No, we was, as the scripture said, we will be shipped. We will be shipped. You know what I'm saying? So we just bring out some scriptures to show and prove it as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say a couple of massacres real quick. I don't know if y'all can look it up. You know what I'm saying? But to show that these unknown bodies that they keep finding, who you think they are, it's us. So not only did they not care about us, and that's how they got rid of our bodies, when they just dump us in unknown spots, right? But also, we were unalive in big numbers to where now the funeral for these massacres that happened never took place. And these bodies it still it's underground or built, or you got a building built over, or something built over these bodies. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And it shows again. I just got a feel for Black Latino and Native Americans, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, December 29th, 1890, you got the Wounded Knee Massacre with 300 natives attacked by U.S. Army. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
November 29th, 1864, you got the Sand Creek Massacre. Again, the U.S. attacked on the natives, the Gadites. July 13th, 1863, got the New York City draft riots and massacre. You know what I mean? With the mob and them, they was mad. I mean, they were unaliving us, our people. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know the war with the draft was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because our people, why y'all keep coming to draft us? Go draft these rich folks. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, unalive our people, right? And then you got the July 27th, 1816, the Negro Fort Mass. Like I was telling y'all, the Negro Fort, where the Negroes was coming together. You know what I'm saying? With the Gadites on the land of the Ephraimites' land, to where the oppressor was trying to get some kind of paper so he could go in and go over there legally. But by the end, he couldn't do that. He said, send him over there. Our people fought back, though. You go through the history, you read it, our people fought back, but they put these bombs, man, these big bombs, blew the whole fort up. Mad of our people. You know what I'm saying? Where do you think they buried? You think they buried our people? Or they just dumped them somewhere to where we fight them today? You know what I'm saying? Then in May 1st through the 3rd, 1866, is the Memphis Mass. You got white citizens and police killed 46 blacks. September 28th, 1868, got the Peleus Mass. The KKK massacred hundreds of black people. October 28th, 1868, the St. Bernard Parish Massacre, blacks killed by whites. December 28th, 1872, the Skeleton Cave Massacre. You know what I'm saying? Again, they unalive our Gadites. September 4th, 1875, the Clinton, Mississippi Massacre, 50 blacks killed by the white mob. January 28th, 1918, the Port Veneur Massacre, 15 Mexicans killed by Texas Rangers. September 30th, 1919, you got the Elaine Massacre, where the oppressors unalived the black farmers. It's called the Black Farmers Massacre. So if you ever want to look it up, you'll see that they unalived black farmers. They were just unaliving our people. Where is the burials at? They just dumping our people. And the last one I'm going to say, May 13th, 1985, Philly police bombed this organization called MOVE, which was more majority of our people. We already know about Tulsa, Oklahoma, to unalive our people there. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know what I'm saying? It happened over history. And it's more massacres, but it's just a few to show the big amount of numbers of our people being unalive and dumped anywhere. With that, this is the law class. I'm passing the class over to Peace and Officer Nahayala. Give me that.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3:8-10 means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. get a treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever among you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got a feast of dedication. It'll be either February 22nd through 23rd or March 13th. We're gonna find the correct date, but it's coming up around the time of our oppressors holiday, in between that and the next month. So we'll keep you posted. We'll have a convocation here as well on 864 South Ave. All Israel is welcome. Our holy days, our feast days from the Most High, given to us where we can celebrate in righteousness and not have to worry about sin. And then again, we have a Sabbath service every week as well. We go over the scriptures and go over our culture and our tradition. We speak in the Lashon Kodash. And if you want to learn that, you can follow along as well. Anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarves. And with that, I'm in Israel, I Majum. We're going to give a courteous salute to the brothers. I'm in Israel, I Majum Shabbat, I Majum, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat the thumb. Got Sar, which means to turn. We're going to give a courteous salute to the Akwakian, Amajum, which means to stand. Amajum Shabbat, Amajum, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. That's Matah, that's dismissed.